12. If you would turn there, Romans chapter 12. You know, there's a man who went with his wife to the strip mall. As he was walking by, he just happened upon a jewelry store. Now, no man really ever goes into a jewelry store. At least I never would. I only went once when I was about to marry my wife, Rachel. But he walked in. He thought, you know what, I'm just going to look around. So he walks in, he begins looking at all the beautiful pieces of jewelry. When a really large pearl catches his eye off to the side. And he hurries over to it because it is beautiful, far beautiful than anything he has ever seen. And he asks the manager, he says, I must have this pearl. How much is it? How much is it? So the manager, he smiles and he says, well, everyone wants this pearl, but very few will buy it. So the man says, okay, well, how much is it? I want to buy it. This is mine. I want it. And so the manager, he says, okay, well, how much money do you have in your pocket? And the man's a little confused, and he pulls out $23. He says, I've got $23. And so the manager says, okay, he writes it down. He says, what else? What else do you have? What do you have in the bank? And the man is like, okay, fine, I have a couple thousand in the bank. So the manager says, how many exactly? How much do you have in the bank? He says, okay, I got $4,000. So the man writes $4,023. What else? Says the manager. And the man's a little surprised, and he says, okay, well, I have a house. And the manager writes down the house. He says, what do you mean this is going to cost me my house? Says the man. We're going to be destitute. Me and my family are going to have to live on the streets. And the manager says, oh, you have a family. Do you have kids? Well, yeah, I have kids, says the man. And the manager says, okay, kids. How many kids? 2 kids? Yes, 2 kids. Writes down 2 kids. The manager says, so you must have a wife if you have 2 kids. Writes down a wife. He says, okay, well, there's no way this pearl can cost this much. There is no way in this world it can cost this much. But the man says, this is a very special pearl, but we're going to make a deal for you. We're going to let you keep all of your stuff and even let you have the pearl. But there may come a day where I want all of this stuff. This stuff is now mine. All of this stuff that you have is mine, and there may come a day where I want it back. It's in Romans chapter 12, where Paul says, I appeal to you, therefore, brothers, by the mercies of God, to present your bodies as a living sacrifice, holy and acceptable to God, which is your spiritual worship. Now, I know that sounds like a funny story, funny illustration. But really, that's very similar to what God requires of us. He says, you know what, I'm going to give you a house, I'm going to give you kids, I'm going to give you money, I'm going to give you everything you need. But there may come a day where I want some of that back. Because it's all mine anyways. I'm the one that gave it to you. And there may come a day where I want it back. We struggle with that so much. So much. Because it's comfortable. We get very comfortable with where we are, the things we have. Rachel and I are about to make a big move, and it's very uncomfortable. Very uncomfortable. We're having to put our faith in God, say, okay, our future is in your hands, knowing that He can take away anything He wants at any moment. And we could end up in a different part of the world. Different part of the world. So now we're going to offer the invitation. It's for you and it's for me. It's for the lost. It's for the saved. It's for those who have a lot and for those who have a little. It's for the faithful and it's for the faithless. If you need to be baptized into Christ, well, now's your opportunity to give it all over to God. Say, God, I hand my future and my all to you, as it says here in Romans chapter 12. I'm going to present my body all of me as a sacrifice to you. Or maybe we've already taken that step, but we've forgotten what it's like to just give it all to God. Well, tonight's a great night. If you have a need, please come forward now as we stand and as we sing.